So all of my pages are attached together. I have another insert here. Now this is the last page. If I wanted to, I could have left this just plain. This is the self front cover, and I could have left this as a self back cover, but I want to make this the same as my other sections, so I punched my little opening at the top. I'm going to put an insert, so I need a back cover for this section here. So I'm going to make one from a piece of paper. Now I need a piece for the back that's going to measure 5 7/8 inches wide by 9 inches high. So I want to use this section here. So that's 5 7/8 of an inch by 9. Now, because my back will be visible, this will be the inside that will attach to this page like that. So it's going to look exactly the same as the other pages, only this is going to be the back of the organizer or the album, like that. So I'm going to put my tape on the same way as I did for the other pages. Like that, and then I can attach this to the back of the organizer. And I'm going to slide an insert in here. So here's my back piece attached to the last section, and I've got my little plastic insert in there. So next I'm ready to do the side to cover the spine. So here's my spine. You can see the 5 sections here. I've got this duct tape, and it measures over 1 3/4, just over 1 3/4 inches. It would fit on my spine. It is wide enough, but it wouldn't overlap much, and I like this nice bright pink, so I want it to overlap more, and I'm going to do that by laying down 2 strips of the duct tape. If you have a wider duct tape, you can do it with 1 strip. So I'm going to start by pulling out all of these little inserts, opening them up so that I can lay this flat easier, like that. Now you'll notice that you can lay the whole album flat like that. Whoops, make sure you've got all of your sections, all the spines of each section showing. There's my back. So I'm going to start by positioning this straight. I can use a design on my paper to make sure that it's straight when I attach this. So I'm going to want it to go from about the middle to the front. Like that. And then I can trim off the excess. And I can trim off the edge a little bit better after. Next, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So now I'm going to reshape my spine. I'm going to use this die cut that I had in my stash, and I'm going to use that to frame this image. So I'm cutting my image so that it's about the same size as my frame, just a little teeny bit smaller, so that it doesn't show beyond the frame. Like that. And I'm going to use my two-sided tape. I need to trim it just a little bit more. And that's going to go like that. I've played around with my embellishments, and I think I've decided to lay this down like that, and I'm going to have this lace go across. I decided not to bother putting anything on the side because you can't really see the seam anyways. So I'm just going to leave it like that. But I mean, you could attach another piece of tape over if you don't want to see it, but it's barely visible. So I'll just leave it the way it is. So instead, I'm going to put a piece of lace here on top like that, and then I'm going to use this seam binding to wrap around, and I'm going to cover the whole thing with this little flower that I had in my stash. Like that, and that's going to cover where the ribbon goes on here. Okay, so I'm going to start by attaching my frame. So I'm going to put some two-sided tape along the back. You can also use glue if you prefer. So my ribbon's gonna go, maybe I'll move this up a bit, or move it down and have the ribbon attach across the top, and I can have a title there, or have this here. No, I think I'll just put that like that, and I'm going to put a little title up here that says ephemera or something like that, and then I would have my ribbon tie up there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to remove my backing from the tape and put this in position. Like that. And my glue gun is heating up in the meantime. Next, I'm going to attach this little bit of lace on here. I'll let that cool. I took a piece of seam binding and I doubled it up. And just estimate how much you need to tie a bow. I've positioned where I want my ribbon to go. I'm going to use a little bit of this glue and I'm going to just attach that to the cover like that. Here's my first layer of ribbon. And then I'll have the next layer just above. And let that cool. And this is a little flower that I'm going to attach over top. I found a few more embellishments that I wanted to add. These are little flowers with pearls in the middle, and this is a nice little butterfly, and I attached it to another little lace butterfly. And these I got from Lynn at Art Bee with a period at the end of the name Art Bee. She had sent me some beautiful flowers and butterflies in the mail, so I'm happy to use them on the cover of this organizer. Now here's the title that I cut. I printed it out on my printer first, and I used the Spellbinders Fancy Tags 3 to die cut the title, and I'm just going to add that up here, and I'm going to glue that on. So I'm going to let that dry, and then my organizer is ready to start using. I'm going to fill up each section, and I think I'm going to do it by topic. For example, maybe one section with clippings or titles with vintage ladies, another one maybe with birds, another one with animals. So I'm going to do it by topic, and that way whenever I make a junk journal, they'll be ready to just grab, and they'll be sorted by subject already. I hope you enjoyed working with this tutorial, and send me some pics if you make it. I'd love to see your creations, and you can email me at scrapandrabbit@gmail.com, and I will include my email address in the description of this video as well. So have a nice day and happy scrapping. Bye.